What's up, my guys? Welcome to episode 28 of the My Guys Magic podcast. My name is Joe. I'm here with Pete.
My guys.
So this week we're going to be talking about upcoming events. We're going to do a brief rundown of the modern metagame, and then we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about the standard metagame and where we think it's going. And we're also going to provide our predictions for the upcoming Pro Tour this weekend. So, Pete, I'll turn it over to you to talk about upcoming events.
Hey, my guys. Good to be here. Pete here. Yeah, I'm Pete. That's Joe. So first, we this weekend, May 1st through the 3rd, is Pro Tour Strixhaven in Vegas, which will be standard. Excited to see what comes out of that. May 8th through the 9th, we have the NRG series at PopCon in Indianapolis, right?
Yep.
Also, May 8th through 9th is the regional championship in Japan. And then the weekend of May 15th through the 17th, we have the regional championship in Cincinnati, which will be standard. And also that weekend, if you're not going there, Cool Stuff Con in Dallas, which will have a bunch of events, have RCQs, bunch of artists and stuff going on over there. And then the weekend of May 29th through the 31st is Regional Championship Washington, D.C., which is also standard, which I will be attending. And then jump back to the May 15th through 17th, we have the Regional Championship in Canada. Also, the Regional Championship in South America that weekend. And the 22nd through the 24th is the Central American Regional Championship and also Australia's Regional Championship. Oh, China is also May 15th through the 17th. They're all happening in May.
Ton of regional championships this month, coming month.
Yeah, we'll have a ton of standard data to go over.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's exciting. I didn't realize they were all going to be happening in the next 4 weeks. So
there's two more I missed: Southeast Asia and Chinese Taipei.
So yeah, Taipei. So the Taiwan, RC. Okay,
a lot going on.
Sick. Yeah, that is a ton. But we'll be bringing it up as we go through the data in the future episodes. But it'll be good. We'll have some good events to scour through. Because unfortunately, the data from the last 2 weeks has not been very flush. I think people have been focused on pre-releasing and kind of just trying to see where the metagame is going to go. I think the competitive scene has been more focused on the Pro Tour. And yeah, we'll just see what happens. So again, if you're kind of new to the episode and you want to follow along with our discussion, we have a Dropbox link in the show notes that will take you to an Excel spreadsheet. And in that spreadsheet, there's a number of tabs along the bottom. If you just go to the most recent tab, you can follow along with our discussion, where we're going to, talk about the different events that have happened over the course of the last week and have compiled them in that sheet. So we're going to talk about Modern first. So over the course of the last week, there were 5 challenges, 335 total players across those 5 challenges. 2 of those 5 events were won by Affinity, and then Gorios Esper Reanimator won one of them. Neoform won one, and Domain Zoo won another. So 2 won by Affinity, Agorios, Neoform, and Zoo. And then breakdown of the meta. Again, we look at the top 8 of those events, and we only look at events that have 64 players or more. There were 13% of the top 8 across those 5 events was Affinity. And then Boros and Mardu Energy. So Mardu, why are people playing Mardu, Pete? Do you know?
I don't know. Pull up one of the lists. I haven't seen it yet. I've played a lot of leagues in the last week. You haven't run
across it?
Have not ran into it.
Okay, let's see. Mardu Energy. I was looking at one the other day. It looks like they're playing Overlord of the Balemerc, an Emperor of Bones, an Orcus Bowmasters, a Bogart Trawler. So this looks more like a Mardu Blink deck than it does. Yeah, this looks more like a a
Yeah,
Mardu
they're
Blink
not.
deck that's playing
They're
Galvanic
calling it energy
Discharge.
because.
A 4 Galvanic
Right, right.
Discharge. Okay. I don't know about that.
Yeah, so it's just labeled wrong. All
Yeah.
right.
Well, so four Boros energy, four Mardu energy, as it's labeled here. More of a blink deck, it looks like. 20% of the top 8 between those two variants, 10% each. And then all of your typical deck lists, very diverse modern format. Looks like there's about 22 different archetypes here. Eldrazi Ramp, Gorios, Izzet Prowess, Storm, Titan, Zoo, Demir Frog. A Dredge list popped up, so that's kind of cool. Let's see, Neoform, obviously, just won in those events, and it took one down. A Red Belcher list,
Yeah, I
and
just
and
lost to that yesterday.
yeah. So what does that deck look like?
Well, the one I played against, they were Mono Red Storm Belcher. So they're
Okay,
playing Ruby Amulet,
a
bunch
Ruby
of
Medallion.
rituals. Yeah, Ruby
Yeah,
Medallion, bunch of rituals. They're playing Storm Scale Scion and
the
Belcher. So
Dragon.
they could, yeah. So they either,
Okay,
I think he had what like 8 stormed for 8 and got the 8 dragons out. I'm like, yep.
good game. Jeez.
Yeah, I took one game
Okay,
off from the next game. He belchered me. The next game he got 8 dragons.
that's crazy. So Thud Combo was a deck that I had not heard of or seen before. So Thud is it's like a 1 mana fling, right, Pete?
Yeah,
And
one,
you got to
one red.
sacrifice a creature. Yeah,
Yep.
1 mana, sacrifice a creature, hit your opponent in the face with
For
damage total
the
to the
creature's
power of the
power.
creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just trying to play Cosmogrand, or not Cosmogrand. What is it?
Cosmogoyf.
Cosmogoyf, which is power and toughness equal to the number of cards you own in exile, and its toughness is +1,
Yeah.
and it's a
Yeah,
green and a black.
yeah, so they're playing Serum Powder, right? Which is, right, if it's in your opening hand, you can exile your hand and draw another 7, right? So they just do that until they get a bunch of cards in exile. They play, what, Spoils of the Vault?
Yeah, and then Tangle something. Yeah, seems like a silly deck. I don't know. I had never seen it before. Maybe it's fine, but certainly a tier 2 deck. Fair to say.
Yes. Yeah, that's fair to say.
Yeah, I think you still got to
People are having
focus on
fun with it.
affinity and energy. Eldrazi Ramp, right? Titan. So I think people have been trying to test out the new cards, and it's, I don't know, maybe kind of slowed down the format some as people are investigating things like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen many new cards in these leagues outside of, like, Flow State. People are playing Flow State and Prowess, and what else did I see? Is that just the Phoenix that we talked about last week?
Mm-hmm. So people are still playing Flow State over Expressive Iteration in
Oh,
Prowess?
maybe they're playing both.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess from our testing, the wild decks that we were talking about, how are you feeling about your blue-black list?
Oh, I'm liking it.
Yeah,
The one I played last night.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's the blue black Washington list,
yeah.
which is pretty much just play at instant speed. Bowmasters, Washington, a couple Field of Ruins, splash white for pest control and Teferi.
You're playing a couple Field of Ruins too?
Oh, in modern?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 Field of Ruins.
With the 3-color deck, is that crazy? But I guess you're only playing, what, Pest Control and 1 Teferi main?
Yeah, so I'm really a 2-color deck with a white splash. So
Yeah. Have you had any mana issues with the deck?
no,
No. Okay.
no. No, I'm running like 6 basics or something. 6 basics, I think. So, and
Yeah. So the Jeskai deck I built in Modern was not it. Where I was trying to play Practice Scrollsmith, and it was basically like a Blink control hybrid where you're trying to use Ephemerate, Practice Scrollsmith, and Orm's Chant to combo your opponent. And what I found is that the Riddlers are a little bit clunky and the consigns were clunky. And so if I got rid of those cards and just tried to play more card draw with stock up and flow state and consult and a little bit more interaction and played more of a control game than like a mid-range game, and I felt like the deck played a lot better. It wasn't kind of clunky like it was otherwise. So probably has a worse Boros matchup, but I think that's just the nature of the beast with that deck, which means it's probably not good considering Boros is the most popular deck in the format.
Right.
But we'll see.
He can't dodge Boros.
Yeah.
You can't expect to dodge Boros in a large tournament, right?
No.
So you better have a plan. Better have a plan.
Yeah. Yeah. So I certainly need more reps. I think it's improved, but I don't know. So standard, Pete. Let's get into standard, right? Got the PT coming up. And I think that our expectation at the set review is that there was going to be a lot more impactful cards, but we really haven't seen that. I want to say that the most popular card from the set that I've seen pop up is the Stallion.
Right.
Which is the blue, red, and 1 for a 3/3, red 1, or a ward 1, haste, and prowess. But then if you play an instant or sorcery where you spent more than 5 mana on it, you make a copy of the creature. And it's an elemental, so it's being played in spellmentals, and it's being played in some prowess lists that pop up.
Yeah,
so
prowess that won the challenge last night. Who's just on 4 of those and 4 Eddie Mercs.
Yeah, so even this list right here, so it's Color Storm Stallion. Again, 1 blue, 1 red, 1 colorless, so 3 mana total for a 3/3 horse, elemental horse with ward 1 and haste, and then it has Opus. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. If 5 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, create a token that's a copy of this creature.
Yeah, and that's only really relevant with like a kicked burst lightning or something. You're not doing anything else.
Right, in this deck, yeah, absolutely. But
that's Dom Harvey there.
Yeah, this guy, this name.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dom Harvey.
But yeah,
so looks
the card seems nice.
Pretty solid. Yeah.
Yeah, I played against it last night.
So unfortunately there wasn't really any relevant data before April 23rd. All the events were super small, or I think people were just trying to focus on brewing. And I actually broke our cardinal rule, and I included 2 challenges with around 54 and 55 players, just so we had a little bit more data. There's just like not a lot of events. I mean, there would have otherwise only been 3 events for standard. So I included a 55 and a 54 person challenge.
Yeah. Will not fault you for that. It probably needed to be done, so I would have done the same.
So the 3 challenges, 1 showcase, 156 players in the showcase, and then an Is It Experiment event in Japan, which had 84 players. 2 of those 5 events were won by Mono Green Landfall, 2 were won by Is It Prowess, and 1 was won by Is It Lessons. So kind of the same players that we saw, same 3 most popular decks at the prior to Secrets of Strixhaven's release. So still not a lot of change yet. And then looking at the top 8 percentage across those 5 events, 35% was Is It Prowess. So winner's meta being dominated by Is It Prowess. And then 20% was Mono Green Landfall. 8% Is It Lessons. So Lessons has kind of fallen back. Is It Prowess is being more popular. I'm not sure if it's because of the Color Storm Stallion or what. But I've seen some lists were playing Color Storm Stallion, some lists were still playing Slick Shot Show Off. and your, typical like Eddie Mert Crab package with Storm Chaser's talent as like the 3 to 4 options we have to try to kill the opponent. Playing Is It
Right.
Prowess?
And that all depends on what you expect to face, right? If you expect a lot of green, then I think Slick
Yeah.
Shot's better position there. So
Yeah, I think that's definitely where you want to be. And then 5%, 4 decks with 5% of the top 8 uh, Grixis mid-range, Jeskai control, Spell Elementals, and blue-white blink. So we're going to dive into some of those decks
oh,
here in a
Grixis mid
second.
range.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We're going to pull it up on screen and take a closer look at it. And then 4-color control, Demir Excruciator, green-white landfall, Orzhov Pixie, Selesnya Rhythm, Simic Rhythm, and Sultai Reanimator, each with 1 in the top 8 of those other events. So the Orzhov Pixie deck looks sick too. So let's talk about those, Pete. Um, so again, is it lessons? We'll just take a quick look. New card here, Impractical Joke being played as a 1 of, and then 4 Flow State, in addition to the 4 Accumulate Wisdom being played by Jacob Pablo. Also playing the Eddie Mert Crab in the list. So Impractical Joke, damage can't be prevented this turn. Impractical Joke deals 3 damage to up to 1 target creature or target planeswalker. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just want a way to deal with planeswalkers?
But just also increase the sorcery count for flow state, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But yeah, Jacob Pablo is he's a really good lessons player. He's ran a bunch of leagues testing a lot of the new cards. That's where I got that list I was playing on Sunday from. He 5-0'd a league with the card Tablet of Discovery from the new set.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what that is?
Go ahead and tell the people.
2 and a red artifact. When it enters mill a card, you can play that card till the end of this turn. It's a mana rock, so it taps for red, or it taps for 2 red, and that mana can only be spent to cast instants and sorceries.
So, pretty solid. I mean, he doesn't have that here.
No. He went. Then he proceeded to do the Eddie Merc plan.
Yeah, so he's basically trying to kill his opponent with Storm Chaser's Talent or Eddie Mert Crab in this list, which seems fine. He has a couple more threats in the sideboard, 3 Sunderflock, because Eddie Mert Crab obviously can be played there. He's got a Ral, and then 2 Emeritus of Ideation. So, solid.
Yeah. I love that card.
All right, let's just kind of. We were looking at Dom Harvey's list, saw the Color Storm, Stallion. No, oh yeah, playing Prismari Charm, which is, in my opinion, improved. Is it Charm? So it's 1 red, 1 blue instant. Choose one of the 3 following modes: Surveil 2, then draw a card, or it deals 1 damage to each of 1 or 2 target creatures.
Targets.
And then return. Oh, each of 1 or 2 targets. All right, yeah. And then return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Solid.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the draw 2, discard 2 is pretty solid in some situations, but I just haven't seen that as a relevant card in Modern. I know that some of the Reanimator lists were playing it like 10 years ago, but yeah, I haven't seen that card played in a while.
No, outclassed.
Let's see Grixis mid-range. What's going on
Yes.
here? Okay, so 4 Ashling Rekindled, 4 Emeritus of Ideation, 4 Superior Spider-Man, 4 Deceit, 2 Traumatic Critique, 4 Requiting Hex, 2 Shoot the Sheriff, a Bitter Triumph, 3 Stock Up, 3 Duress, 2 Day of Black Sun, and a Deadly Cover-Up, 26 lands. So it's basically splash red, and then in the sideboard there's 2 Pyroclasm, and then a bunch of other blue and black cards. So this just kind of looks like Demir mid with Ashling Rekindled splash to try to help cast, Superior Spider-Man, Deceit, or Emeritus early. Is that fair to say?
Yes, yeah, and the red also Traumatic Critique, right?
Yeah, you can cast Traumatic Critique for, mana value greater than 4 and use the mana from Ashling in that way also. And then it's just trying to interact otherwise.
Yeah, or just Dramatic Critique to dump a Emeritus in the yard and bring it back with Spider-Man. Spider-Man?
What do you think? I think this is probably pretty good.
Yeah, it did well in 2 challenges, right? Was it 2?
2, yep. Let's see what's going on with Sultai Reanimator real quick. If there's anything new there. Doesn't really look like it. Dina's Guidance. So yeah, they're playing Dina's Guidance. 1 black and green for an instant. Search your library for a creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand or graveyard, then shuffle. So that's a pretty good addition to the deck.
3 mana Entomb.
Yeah. Otherwise, looks pretty similar to how it was set up in the past, just the 3 Dina's Guidance. I wanted to also show you Jeskai Control. So Claudio top 8'd 2 of these challenges with this list, with the Resolute Flute, as you so eloquently named it. So Resonating Lute is 2 colorless, a blue and a red, for an artifact that says lands you control have tap, add 2 mana of any one color, spend this mana only to cast instant and sorcery spells. Draw a card, activate only if you have 7 or more cards in your hand. So you can tap it to draw a card only if you have 7 or more cards in your hand. I think that if there's going to be a card in the set that's going to shake something up, it's going to be this one, in hindsight. I think that this, if this is going to put Jeskai Control on the map, I think that, this is going to be the one. I don't necessarily know what that looks like, but I think that this has the potential to have the most impact. He's also playing 2 flashback in the list. No flow state though. He's just like all in on 4 stock up and instance.
Yeah, which I think is where you want to be, right?
Yeah, he's playing 2 Emeritus of Ideation in the sideboard, probably for grindier matchups, which I can get behind. 26 lands. So people are playing this Great Hall of the Biblioplex, which is a land that adds a colorless, or you can tap it to pay 1 life and add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast an instant or sorcery spell. But keep in mind that
you forgot some text on that card.
Oh yeah, you can pay 4. Yeah, or I'm sorry, pay 5. If this land isn't a creature, it becomes a 2/4 wizard creature with whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It's still a land. So it just turns into a man land and stays it. So it's kind of like, what's the all creature type land that we were playing in blue black mid?
Soulstone Sanctuary.
Soulstone Sanctuary, yeah. So it costs 1 more than Soulstone Sanctuary to activate, but it taps for any color instant or sorcery spell. So pretty good. I think this card is probably underpriced and you should buy them.
Yeah, people are playing it in Is It Lessons also. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, I think this card is very good. Yeah, so I like Jeskai Control pretty high on that one. So let's look at the next challenge. Go ahead.
You like Control? You like one of these Control decks?
Yeah, of course.
Joe is our resident Control player, if you don't already know.
Yeah. So here's the Claudio again. It looks like he's playing 2 Beza in the main to try to help with his
Browse matchup, maybe?
Browse matchup, yeah. I don't know why he would cut a Lightning Helix. I still don't like Flashback.
No?
I don't. I don't know. I guess like flashing back a Lightning Helix has got to be so good.
Yeah, but also flashing back Jeskai Revelation, since it's really the other list, was his only win con, right?
Well, yeah. Again, he had the
So with the Resolute Flute out,
he had the Great Hall of Biblioplex.
Yeah, but with the Resolute Flute, what, you need 5 mana? You flashback.
No, you only need 4. You only need 4 lands to flashback cast Jeskai Revelation.
That's great.
But I don't know. They're only playing 3.
I'm playing flashback in Lessons.
You are? Yeah, maybe I'm too low on the card. I don't know. Something to think about. But
1 mana snap, right?
Yeah, but you don't get a creature.
Yeah,
right?
the 2/1. Yeah, but the 2/1's irrelevant in this format.
No, I disagree. especially if you're trying to play Jeskai Control. That one blocker that could potentially trade. I don't know.
You have monks.
You have monks on turn 5, best case, right? With this deck. If you go Resolute Flute on 4, you can Jeskai on 5. That's pretty late in a format dominated by Is It Prowess, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, maybe the 2/1
I mean,
would be relevant.
obviously playing, like, if you Lightning Helix something and then flash it back Lightning Helix, like, I can get behind that, you know? It is a pretty low cost just to be like, all right, here's this card in my sideboard. And I don't think people are going to bring in Graveyard Hate for 2 flashback, right? I just don't think that you even try to bother with that.
No, I wouldn't bring anything in.
Okay, so what else did we want to look at? Let's take a look at a landfall list. I didn't see anything new in these lists. And it looks like these decks are really starting to become pretty homogenized. They're all starting to look the same. They got away from Sapling Nursery. I assume that they're starting to play Sapling Nursery in the board for grindier matchups. It's probably good against decks that have flyers that they got to deal with too. Like, I don't know, would you bring in Sapling Nursery if you were playing Mono Green Landfall against an Is It Prowess list that played
Slick Shot?
Slick Shot? I don't know. I don't think so. It's too slow, right?
Yeah, what it comes down turn 3 at the earliest, right?
Because you can go turn 1 Elf, turn 2 Earthbender's Ascension, and then turn 3 Sapling Nursery. So then turn 4 you'll have like a couple of them most likely. Play a fetch land.
Yeah,
But they could just bounce it though. Like if it resolves, they just return it to your hand. I mean, but then you play it again, play your land, get them. I don't know. That's probably not the best.
I just like they're on 4 Keen-Eyed Curators now.
In the main
list.
Yeah, what is that particularly good against? Lessons, obviously. It's disrupting some of what they're doing there.
Yeah.
Good against Spelementals. Good against Excruciator.
And also prowess lists that are running the crab. So any crab deck, Lessons, any of these Spider-Man lists, right?
Yeah, and then it can just become like a big dumb thing pretty quickly, right? Like a 7/7 Trampler. Investing a little bit of mana over a few turns is pretty good.
Yeah, even in the mirror, just eat your opponent's lands so they can't bring them back.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 mana 3/3 that has upside. It's probably pretty good. Okay. I'll get behind that. I wanted to talk about Blue-White Blink. Where is that at? Because I wanted to discuss that list with you. So this is Blue-White Blink. It's pretty similar to how it had looked in the past. So it's 4 Momo, friendly flyer, 1 white, 1/1 flyer. First flying creature, non-lemur creature spell with flying you cast during each of your turns costs 1 less to cast, and then it gets a little pump whenever another creature with flying enters. And then 4 Quantum Lirdler, 4 Sage of the Skies, 4 Starfield Shepherd, 3 Nurturing Pissy, 2 Aang, 2 Hylia, 2 Sky Coach Conductor, a Mockingbird, 4 Springleaf Drum, 2 Parting Gust, 2 Spider Sense, 4 Daydream, and 2 Seam Rip, and then 20 lands. I just super aggressive with their land counts and Momos. But I guess if you're playing Springleaf Drum and a good number of 1-drops is okay. So this again is just like trying to cheat in a Quantum Riddler.
Or Sage of the Skies on 2, right?
Yeah, seems... Well, can you do Sage of the Skies on 2? Yeah, I guess if you have a Momo... No, you can't. You can't... I mean, you can cast it, but you can't cast it with its ability.
So earliest is 3, right? So turn 1 drum. Yeah. Turn 3.
No, you can do a turn 2 Sage of the Skies.
Yeah, so turn 1 drum, then Momo.
Turn 2 Momo, Sage of the Skies.
Yeah.
And you get them both. That's gross. That's so good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or you just get a turn 1 Momo, turn 2 Riddler, Daydream.
Yeah, right.
No.
Yeah, no, that works. Turn 1 Momo, turn 2 Riddler, Daydream. Or you can do it in the order that we discussed.
Yeah. So I'm
where you go
surprised. So
Spring, Leaf
right,
Drum, Momo, Riddler, Daydream.
because we were talking last week or the week before, like, oh, we get 8 of those effects now, so they just cut Splash Portal for Daydream instead.
Well, because Daydream has flashback, right? I think it's just a better card.
Well, and
I don't think.
gets a +1 counter also, so it's just
Yeah.
Splash Portal with upside.
Yeah, and they're playing Parting Gust too, which you can exile your own creature for double white, and then it has the upside of you getting rid of your opponent's scariest creature and they get a fish, 2 mana, exile it. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then if you want to get tricky, you can also use Spider Sense to counter the triggers. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, picking up Sky Coach with Nurturing Pixie, picking up Sage of the Skies with Nurturing Pixie, picking up Aang is pretty good. Picking up Starfield Shepherd will let you go get more stuff. I don't know. It's pretty good. Seems fun. It's probably pretty good against Is It Prowess, right? And it can
Yes.
grind with Quantum Riddler.
Yeah, we'll see what teams come up with, right?
Yeah, I would be playing at least 3 Aang in this list, though. But I like this. Yeah, I like this. I don't know. All right, let's see what else we got.
Where's some blue-white flash that you wanted to talk about?
Blue-White Flash. Oh, that I wanted to play?
Hey, look at this Demir Excruciator list.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, this is your jam right here? 27
Yep.
lands.
Yup. 3 Emeritus of Ideations.
Otherwise, pretty similar deck.
Yeah, so they just replaced, whatever number of Quantum Riddlers and the Avarice, Insatiable Avarice with
Emeritus.
the Emeritus. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, here's another Azorius Blink. Or is this the same? No, this is the same one.
See Golgari mid-range there.
Let's take a look. Golgari mid-range coming in at 11th place in the Is It Explosive challenge. So 3 Mosswood Dread Knight, 3 Unstoppable Slasher, 1 Scavenger Regent, 4 Ancient Cornucopia, 7 pieces of removal, 4 Deadly Cover-Up, 3 Withering Curse, 2 Duress, a Maelstrom Pulse, a Strategic Betrayal. So just a bunch of removal spells. 3 Unholy Annex, 4 Professor Delian Felt.
Yeah, I like that guy.
24 lands. They're playing. So yeah, just Delian Felt or they don't
Right,
have.
so
I guess the only way they can make a demon is with. Oh no, is Unstoppable Slash? No, it's a zombie assassin
Yeah, but they don't even care about that.
because it can just gain life with Delian Felt.
And the Cornucopia.
Cornucopia.
Right? So with
Yeah,
with
because it's when you cast it.
So with a
That's pretty
Cornucopia
sick.
out, you cast a Withering Curse, you stack the triggers so you gain the life and destroy everything, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I guess you don't have to stack triggers because there's only one trigger.
Yeah, it just goes. Yeah, but I think we know what you meant.
Yep.
Right. Let's look at this 4-color control list. I know it's playing 3 Resonating Loot, and then it's actually only splashing black for 3 Pest Control and 2 Outrageous Robbery in the sideboard.
It's control
which
for
Storm
prowess?
Chaser's Talent.
Which
yeah,
is
I mean
not
it only hits not
don't
as low
think
as it used to be.
right with them most lists off of the Elusive Otter. I don't think that's
Yeah,
a
but they're
good
still
call
playing
anymore.
Storm Chaser's Talent, right?
Yeah.
And you have Great Hall of the Biblioplex to help with your mana, and then it's just playing 4 Great Hall, 2 Shattered Sanctum to cover the black cost, and then obviously Resonating Loot allows you to cast it, and then you can always cycle Pest Control, and then in decks where you want to bring in Outrageous Robbery, you have, you're gonna have the time to get there. I like this, and you know what? Oh, there's 1 flashback.
Yeah, there you go. You should have kept it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
But yeah, Outrageous Robbery with the Resolute Flute seems nice.
Yeah. Yeah, in those grindier matchups. So it looks like I got to invest in some Great Hall of the Biblioplex.
Yeah.
And this got in second in that 84 player event over in Japan. Okay. Let's see what else we got in these other challenges. Anything jumping out at us? Let's look at a couple prowess lists just to see. Well, that's the lessons list.
Look at this lessons list.
It's the same one. It's basically
Okay.
the same list that Jacob Pablo had won the other challenge with. So yeah, 4 Slick Shot Show Off, 4 Eddie Mert Crab. So the only thing that Pest Control hits in here is Storm Chaser's talent. Yo's the trash man swinging by your place?
What, you can hear that?
Yeah, I hear the backup beep.
Yeah,
um,
my whole house is shaking.
what do they back down your road or something? What the heck?
Yeah, so I live on a dead end street. It
Oh,
dead
it's
it dead ends at the river, so they have to back in off of A1A and then back down to the.
okay. Pest Control also hits all the lands, elves from Mono Green.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are like all looking pretty similar, right?
Well,
So
does it though?
Pest Control hits the elves, it hits Sasha's Chocobo, and it hits the yeah. Well, no, you're right. Maybe it doesn't. Let me see.
Non-lands.
Just says
Non-land.
non-land.
Yeah.
Destroy all non-land permanents. Yeah, what the heck? I don't know. I don't know if that. I guess it's still hitting elves and Chocobo. I don't know.
And Melstrider's resolved.
Yeah, which you
So-
don't care about. They're not casting that against you. All right, let's look at this last challenge. Oh yeah, Orzhov Pixie. All right, so this is basically mono white Shepherd, but it's playing black for two Tragedy Feaster and 2 Deep Cavern Bat in the main. And so everyone knows what Deep Cavern Bat does. Tragedy Feaster is a card that we talked about. It is 2 and 2 black for a 7/6 trample demon. It has Ward, discard a card. So pretty solid, right? It's a 7/6. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice a permanent unless you gained life this turn. And then it's playing Halia, Sage of the Skies, and the Bat. And it's also playing Practiced Offense, which is a sorcery, 2 and a white. It's playing 2 Practiced Offense, 2 and a white. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature target player controls. Target creature gains your choice of double strike or lifelink until end of turn. So that's another way you can beat that.
Yeah, I saw somebody, what they do. They just 5-0 to League and Modern with that and Boros Energy.
Really? Oh, I guess it's probably pretty good. Pump all your cats and get in there.
I know.
This deck seems fun. I don't know if it's good, but
That's the first time I've seen Tragedy Feaster outside of a demon list, so it's
let's look at
interesting.
this other Grixis mid-range deck. It looks like the exact same list we saw before,
Yep.
but
Except for only one critique.
yeah.
Nah, I like multiple critiques. I need multiple ways to dump the Emeritussi.
Well, you have a Bitter Triumph, but
Yeah, so 2 cards.
yeah.
1 triumph, 1 critique.
Let's take a look at this Azorius Blink list. Pretty similar to what we saw, except this is playing 22 lands. It's also playing 2 Airbenders Ascension. And I just want to remind myself on Airbenders Ascension. So it's 1 and a white. When this enchantment enters, airbend up to 1 target creature. Whenever a creature you control enters, put a quest counter on this enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, if this enchantment has 4 or more quest counters on it, exile up to 1 target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Just as like another blink effect
Yeah.
that can maybe blink something relevant.
Blink a Starfield Shepherd, blink a Pixie, blink a Riddler,
Yeah.
you can Ang, reset the Flitterwing Nuisance that it's playing one of, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, I wanted to talk about the blue-white flash deck that I talked about in our last episode and how it's bad. Don't play it.
Okay.
A couple things that I overlooked. Momo does not discount your flyers on your opponent's turn. So that idea went out the window, and Emeritus is just too clunky in that list. It felt too clunky. So I think playing more at flash speed is what you want to do if you're playing that list. So cut the Momos, basically go back to a similar list. But Sky Coach Conductor in that deck was gas. That
Oh yeah.
card was so good. So I would play 2 to 3 Sky Coach Conductors and test around with that.
Yeah, but 4 Aven Interrupters, 3 or 4 Angs, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 Flood Pitch Drowners. What else? Like four Washingtons.
4 Washington?
Three Washingtons. Play 4 Rhodes. Come on.
Yeah, is that it?
That's it.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. I think that Enduring Curiosity is better overall than Washington in the list.
Oh,
Yeah, but obviously Washington is a lot better against mono green.
yes.
So you definitely want like maybe one main, 1 or 2 side. Washington's also good against control matchups. Yeah, the deck is a little bit challenging to play as well. It's not super easy because you got to know when to. There's a pretty interesting decision you have to make on turn 2, especially if you're on the draw against an aggressive deck, where you generally have to make a decision to either hold up like a 2 mana piece of interaction or put High Noon on the battlefield. And I tend to think it's correct to just go with High Noon. I mean, if they haven't committed anything to the battlefield yet, it's correct to keep up the counterspell. But if they have already committed to the battlefield and it looks like they're going to have like a big turn 3, you probably just slam the High Noon.
Yeah.
And start slowing them down, and then hope to claw back by playing more of that interactive cycle where you play a spell on each of your turns and they only get to play one, generally speaking. But I don't know.
Yeah, because they're playing, what, 4 High Noons, 4 Voice Victories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot.
For
Yeah. You gotta
Voice
know when
is
to
quite
hold
good.
'em, know when to fold them.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Well, what do you think, Pete, about this PT? What's it going to be?
What's it gonna be?
What's it going to be, dude?
Seeing all the posts, everybody's arrived at their testing houses over the weekend and yesterday, so I know they're hard at work there.
Yeah.
So we'll see if it's just is it dominance, right?
Yeah.
My
So let's do a couple predictions. Let's do like top 3 most popular. Let's do top 4 most popular decks.
top
And
4.
then, yep. And then what wins it? And then the most popular, 2 most popular Strixhaven cards. So we'll start with the 2 most popular Strixhaven cards.
2 most
What do you
popular
think?
Strixhaven cards at the Pro Tour. Oh, I think definitely be Stallion.
Yep.
And it's a tough one. Because I want to say I want to do my breakout card too, but I'll do that later. Which I
What
think.
is your breakout card?
Oh, you want me to tell you now?
Yeah.
Emeritus of Conflict. Remember we trash talked that card during our set review?
Yeah.
I think one of these
I don't know if
teams.
we trash talked it. I just
Well,
think that we said it was the worst one
the
and hard to
worst.
get going.
Yeah, well, I think so. I think someone's gonna break that card. It's gonna be great.
So you want to put that one in there
Yeah,
as the breakout?
I'm putting
All
that
right.
as my breakout card of the PT,
Okay.
and then people can see how horrible I am at this game.
No.
But no, that's my pick for a breakout card.
So
I've been
I'm gonna
messing around with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna say Flow State. I'm gonna say Flow State as the more popular card, and then I'll say Resolute Flute. So Resonating Loot.
resonating loot. Yeah. So
I
what
think
did I
those
say?
would be the 2 most popular. So you said Stallion and Emeritus of Conflict.
No. That's not. The two most
that's just a
popular.
breakout. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that's
So
breakout.
someone's gonna break that card this weekend. It's gonna be good. But 2 most is the Stallion, and I'll go the Emeritus of Ideation.
So you have Color Storm Stallion and Emeritus of Ideation. I have Flow State and Resonating Loot.
Yeah.
Your breakout card is Emeritus of Conflict.
Yeah.
My breakout card, I don't think you can really say Resonating Loot is the breakout card because
People are already playing it.
we're already playing it. Yeah, we'll come back to that if I think of one before we end here.
All right, so what we think the top 4 decks played will be?
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, is it prowess? Is it lessons? I'll go with mono green, number 4. Say Grixis, mid range.
Yeah,
Yep, what you
I
got?
think I'm gonna pick the same top 3 as you, except I'll just switch mono green in lessons, and then I'll have, I think, some sort of resonating loot control deck is gonna be highly represented.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. No, you know what?
I thought you'd go with blue white flash or something.
I'm gonna say prowess, mono green, and then I'm gonna say like a blue white blink deck with Sage of the Skies, actually.
Okay.
And then I'll say control because I think people are gonna be anticipating prowess to be heavily popular, and I think that Sage of the Skies is a pretty good counter to that. But I don't know, it could be full of dog do. Lessons is still pretty good, but
No, right? Because this Pro Tour probably going to be defined by, do they play prowess or do they find ways to beat prowess, right?
yeah,
And then which ones played more? If everybody's trying to beat prowess and nobody's playing prowess, then it's all these decks designed to beat prowess playing against each other. So we'll see what happens, right?
yeah.
Pro
Makes
Tour's
me
a dance, isn't
wonder.
it?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you picked Emeritus of Conflict. I'm gonna just say that my breakout card will be Sky Coach Conductor.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Okay.
And that, what else? You said we picked the top 4, top
And then
2.
winner. That's the last one we got left. Who you got winning it? So you picked Prowess, Lessons, Mono Green, and Grixis mid. Will it be one of those 4? Will it be some dark horse?
So are we picking the winner of the Pro Tour or
Yeah.
the best
No,
constructed?
the winner. The winner. Got to pick the winner, dude. I don't want your best constructed guesses here, dude.
All right, what wins it?
But you can pick both. I mean, you can discuss both if you want.
Right, because that has to be taken into consideration, right? Because the deck can have the best constructed record and not win, right?
Yeah.
But so I don't know. I'll just pick lessons to win the whole thing.
Lessons, all right.
How about you? What do you think
I'm gonna
about
put my
over
money.
there?
I'm gonna say somebody's gonna break flute. I mean, I think that's what I want to happen.
Okay.
So, yeah. Do I think it will happen? I don't know. It's possible, but
I mean, it could. That card is nuts.
yeah.
Don't forget, right? It's also a. Damn it! What is
What?
that card?
What card?
The land.
Great Hall of Biblioplex?
Nope. No. Oh, the land stapled to the Resolute Flute.
Stapled to the Resolute Flute.
If you have exactly 7 cards in your hand, tap it to draw a
Oh,
card.
the ability. Yeah.
I play
Is that good?
Yeah. It's a
I mean,
pack. Pack one, pick one. A lot of times in Vintage Cube is the land, and I can't think of the name of it.
well, there's a land that does that. If you have
Yeah.
7 cards,
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
It's
I'm
a
horrible with.
reserve list card, right? So it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of words on that card.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna try to make it to Cincinnati, and then I'm gonna take the family to DC, depending upon how Cincinnati goes. So that's the plan. We're gonna go take the kids to the Capitol and hang out with them there for a little bit before the actual event. But you're just going to DC, right?
Yeah.
It's time to start figuring that stuff out.
Yeah, what are we doing? Library of Alexandria. There we go. That's the land.
I should have known that.
Yeah.
Well-
so yeah, I'll be going to DC. Family road trip. You're definitely doing Cincinnati, though.
Yeah, I'm like 90%.
Okay.
So, well, you got anything else before we jet?
No, I'm just PT's right around the corner. I'm excited to see what these teams come up with.
Yeah, me too. Well, hey,
And-
everybody, thanks for listening.
Oh,
go ahead. Yeah. We'll see.
Buy now.
We'll see.
Buy them now. They're like $5.
Pete's got, oh, are they?
Yeah.
It's not terrible. Hey, I forgot. I wanted to say this at the beginning of the episode. So, Midweek Metagame Podcast had not released an episode in like a month, and I know that they were kind of spotty there for a while. Gab was, I don't know, having a hard time finding co-hosts, or I'm not sure exactly what was going on, but And then him and Edgar Magiesh, Canadian Magic player, had got together and were making weekly content pretty regularly. And then they went radio silent again for like a month, and they released another episode last week.
Okay.
And the reason why they went radio silent is because Gab adopted a baby boy. So pretty
Oh, that's
cool.
awesome.
Shout out to him. Congrats. Welcome to fatherhood, dude. Say that from the bottom of my heart. That's an awesome thing. So, um, anyways, yeah, I wanted to talk about that at the beginning, but I forgot. So,
Nice.
well, if you listen to us, Star, thanks for following and listening, and hopefully, we're giving you guys some content that you like. Please give us any feedback um, in the show notes, or comment, YouTube, Blue Sky, uh, Spotify, X, whatever you want to be, communicating with us on. Um, we appreciate it.
Yes, definitely appreciate it. Get at your boy.
All right. See you next week.
All right, my guys.